Everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today it is time to begin working on the daily quest for the Vath Society's Adventurers Guild. Vath Kenai, what are the first 3 quests you have for us today? Since we are only at Friendly Tier, the starting tier for the Vath, all of the quests we're going to be taking care of today will be Friendly Tier. And because we are not starting at the lowest reputation, but rather 1 or 2 up, it's gonna take at least a couple of days before we have actually gotten enough reputation to go up a tier. So there's a good chance we will clear out all of the Friendly Tier quests just before we get to the next tier in the first place. So that's exciting. First off, getting the shaft. By the clacker of his mandibles, the Vath Kenai seems happy to see us. Welcome, Great Hunter. Not long ago, we received a request from the fleshlings of Tailfeather. Yes, a few bells past, they asked us that we procure Melia branches. Would you go out and gather them for us? Melia prefer soil in the smoldering waste best. Here, let me mark your map with a location of good budding grounds. 3 places, 3 chances to find Melia branches. If you see them, defeat them quickly, then bring back what you find. Alright. Let's get searching. Just need to find 3 Melia branches? Then let's start over here and then we will loop around. Hello there, young Melia. This is just a repeat of the quest we did earlier. Also, I did not end up getting Minor Arcana on my main hotbar. Or on either hotbar. What the heck? I thought I said it when we were in the middle of the opening quest. Oh well. But yeah, as I have been mentioning recently, there are big changes coming to Final Fantasy XIV, which is exciting. Namely, jobs are going to be getting a big rework in the next major expansion in Evercold. And it's looking like it's going to be pretty good. They're still very much in development, so we're not entirely sure how it's going to go. Okay, but Lord of Crowns is AoE damage. Lady of Crowns is AoE heal. Got it. And then which one you draw depends on if you're doing an Umbral or Astral draw. Got it. Alright, young Melia, let's kill you off. Be gone with you. Give me your branch. I'm a little sad because there are a lot of aspects of current job design that I would love to show off, but as soon as we hit the new versions of jobs with Evercold, I am almost certainly switching over because what we have seen looks really good. I'm excited. Maybe I'll have to take the time to, oh, no sign of them here. That's a shame. But maybe I'll have to take the time at some point to go over how the jobs work at higher levels. Ideally before the possibility of the current design being removed happens. People are betting on it. They're very much betting that the current job design will be gone within a couple of expansions, but there's big changes coming. I'm excited. I hope it ends up going well. The Great Hunter returns. Did you find Melia? Did you find flexible, pliable Melia branches? I found 2 of them. Branches from 2, Melia. 1 would be plenty, but with 2, the fleshlings will be very pleased. These branches make great arrows for chocobo hunting, or so fleshlings say. They seem to enjoy making arrows. Yes, many arrows. Until now, Melia were only a nuisance. Their limbs bear no fruit, their bark inedible. Hunting in the smoldering waste was bothersome. Now Melia have value thanks to the hunters. For the Vath, Nanka eggs always have great value. They are a delicacy, a very tasty treat. We offer them to the hunters, but they say our eggs are putrid. Such strange fleshlings they are. Yes, very strange. I mean, different tastes. Nothing wrong with that. Breath of fresh air. Oh, it's 70 per. Ooh, interesting. The Vath Kenai is tilting his head, lost in thought. Requests from fleshlings grow stranger by the day. Tail feather hunters ask us for herbs, but not for eating or salve making. Fleshlings want to make smoke for recreation. They say inhaling smoke has a pleasing effect, but we do not understand. Smoke is for driving away dragons or vermin. This use of smoke seems very strange. Yes, much too strange. We do not understand, but you are a fleshling too. You understand this practice of smoke breathing, yes? This is why we ask that you gather the hunter's herbs. You can find herb sprouts in the smoldering waste, but we do not need many. 3 herb sprouts will do nicely. Yes, very nicely. Alright, we'll get going in a moment. A thought occurs to me. What are the opening things that we can buy? Oh. What? This is increase your chocobo's companions attack potency. Increases their healing magic potency. Increases their maximum. What? This is a thing? I just had some realizations. I just had some very interesting realizations. Oh my goodness. Why did I never know that was a mechanic? Okay, we are gonna go gather some fogweed to make, I guess, smoking pipes. Let's go get the hunters of Tailfeather High. Okay, I've got plans for that though. I have several plans for that. That is actually very, very good to know. So their enmity, which is their tanking capacity, their physical and magical attack, and their max HP were the 4 stats we can increase. That makes sense. I'm real glad that I have a free company house now, because this is going to enable us to do quite a few things that I was expecting not to be able to do at all in this playthrough. I'll try and make time for that soon. We still got a lot of yellow quests to catch up on. And I know the seasonal events are very far behind. I'm right now thinking about doing 2 seasonal event episodes per year. One for the first half, one for the back half. Welcome back, Great Hunter. Was your journey successful? Did you find herb sprouts? I did. I found fogweed. This perennial plant was introduced to Eorzea by the Sharlians. Growing unchecked after the Exodus, it has since spread and become an indigenous plant of the Travanian Forelands. That is not how that works. That makes it an invasive plant. An invasive species, not an indigenous one. That is not what that word means. Yes, this will do nicely. Now, what did the fleshling say to do? First, dry them with fire shards like so, then chop into fine pieces and... there, it is done. All that remains is delivery. Might I ask that you take them their herbs? We think it better they receive packages from one who understands this smoke breathing. The order was from 2 hunters, Lupard and Grimald. They complained other shipments took much too long. They are always waiting. Please hurry. We fear they will grow irritable if we take too long. Alright, let's go make that delivery quickly so nobody gets grumpy. And then we can finish off this quest. Hey Grimald! Hello! I have a gift for you. Wait, aren't you the one who tried to tie up and kill the Deft Arm who you now hire? Oh, what in the 7 hells is taking them so long? Oh, hey there, you wouldn't happen to be coming from Lothas Vath, would you? I have a gift for you. Fogweed cured with fire shards and finely chopped. Residents of Tailfeather claim the fragrant aroma helps calm their nerves while on the hunt. You're a lifesaver, truly. I was beginning to think they'd forgotten. Truth be told, their stock isn't very good, but beggars can't be choosers. The merchants who pass through here would easily charge 3 times as much for something only marginally better. Well then, you are getting an incredible deal and shouldn't be complaining. That said, they will get better with practice. It's only like day 1 of them doing this work. Good day to you, miss. What brings you to Tailfeather? I have a gift for you from the Vath. Ah, the herbs I ordered from the Vath. What a welcome surprise. Goodness knows it's practically impossible to find anything like this out here. It's been a while since I had anything to ease the nerves after a long day of hunting. Alright, at least somebody's appreciative. Back we go to the Kenai. Hello there, Vath Kenai. Welcome back, great hunter. Excuse us, we were curious of this smoke breathing, and wished to try it. Learning new fleshling customs is usually helpful, but this we are not so sure. Smoke is too smelly, yes, much too smelly. It clings to clothing and shell and incites terrible coughing. Yeah, I am fully aware. Perhaps we use too much smoke. We are not sure. We must remember to warn hunters of terrible smell and coughing. I think they're aware of it. I did forget to check. What do they offer for their currency? There is an orchestrion roll right away. We can get more of those unidentifiable items, which I only need, I think, 30 more of each at this point. Getting close to caught up. And then you have another way to get the chocobo treats. Alright, the Foodstuff of Champions. The Vath Kenai's beady eyes look at us expectantly. Thank goodness you are here. We have received a request from Tailfeather, and we fear only you can complete it. They ask for a special paste and loam, but these are not found in Lathas Vath. No, only the Nath colony has what they seek. Please, you must sneak into the colony and take them for us. 3 bags of each should be all we require. Be warned, Great Hunter, the Nath have strengthened their defenses. We tried to sneak in, but there were too many guards. It will be difficult to enter with so many guards on patrol. Yes, very difficult. I'm sure we can manage it. We know what we're doing. 3 jars of paste and 3 black loam. Alright, the black loam looks easy enough to find. It looks like there's just piles of it outside of the colony. Don't even need to begin to go in. Though, given that it's loam, I've got a feeling I know what it is. You know what? We will leave that, if my hunch is correct. We're gonna leave that surprise for when we bring it back to the Vath. Okay, where's the last one? There should be one more over here. It might actually be up the hill. No? Oh, there you are. Actually, quite a ways out there. Alright, now to get the jars of paste. Let's fly up and over and ignore any who may want to attack us. We are far too strong for them. There we go, got 1 jar of paste. Here's another one hiding way back in the corner. And one more gonna be up near the entrance to the colony. Why does the Adamantoise insist on making me so goddamn dizzy? Easy. Nobody even tried to stop me. Alright, back we go. Hello there, Kenai, I return. Welcome back, Great Hunter. Were you able to find the special paste and loam? I was. A handcrafted jar filled to the brim with a viscous paste. And this soft, moist, yet foul-smelling black loam is said to be part of a strict dietary regimen for one-mind soldier. I mean, they're insectoid, it makes sense, but also, oh god, as a human, that sounds awful. Gardening, yeah, it would be it's perfect for gardening, but oh god, as food, oh. This is it, you have done well, yes, very well. These are a special food reserved for elite soldiers of the One Mind, but fleshling hunters seem to misunderstand their purpose. No, they just have a different purpose for it. The paste will be given to chocobo chicks for rearing. We were not allowed to eat this paste, but it is said to be very nourishing. I suppose chocobo chicks will benefit from its nutrients. The loam is the most nutritious of all. Yes, very nutritious. We find it strange the hunters will use this for planting thistle greens rather than eating. Fleshlings call it by another name. Manure, was it? We cannot remember. Still, we thank you, Great Hunter. When next great test comes, we will be sure to call. We're learning about each other. It's great. Alright, I'll be back after reset for either more new dailies or for the next tier. We'll see what comes first. Alright, we are back, and good news. The last 2 new dailies for this tier are available. As before, since there's only the friendly tier available, these are going to be friendly quests. Which means right off the bat, we're not even close to falling behind. We don't need to worry too much about falling behind at all. It's always possible that some quests will just go missing and not appear due to RNG. But so far so good. First off, bugging the bugs. The Vath Kenai is clacking his mandibles nervously. Great Hunter, please, you must help. We received terrible news from Tailfeather. The hunters suffer from a vermin infestation. They say the crops of tasty greens are in danger. The tasty greens are precious to the Vath. Yes, very precious. Our brothers and sisters will starve without them. The kin tamer has fitted our Kongamato with canisters of repellent to drive off the pests. Go quickly, Great Hunter. Fly to Tailfeather and spray the crops. Alright, we're gonna go help out with the farming. The Kongamato is ready to spray the tasty greens. Be careful, the pest repellent is very pungent. I spilled it once. The smell was much too strong for me. Yes, much too strong. Then, given that you are insectoid like the pests that we are driving off, it should be pretty effective. Oh, goodness, and it happens to be world boss weather. God damn it, okay. I need to fight that world boss at some point. It's a rather annoying one. I'm gonna have to probably hop over to a more active server though, because getting enough people together on Dynamis to fight that world boss is rough. What the? By the gods, it's everywhere! My eyes are burning! I take it this was meant for the crops? Well, I think you missed the spot, but please, I beg you, mind your aim. Alright, don't worry, I'll take care of it. Oh gods, why? I think I'm going to be ill. At least the bugs are gone now. Before you go, mind making a trip to the Chocobo Forest? Those bugs have been eating up our greens every chance they get, and we have 2 traps out there using them as bait. The last thing we need is our traps to be empty before the Chocobos find them. Yeah, sorry about that. Good to know. The repellent works on literally everybody. But yeah, over here we have the Quero Regina fates. It is a series of 3 fates with around anywhere from 6 to 18 hours between each step of the fate chain. It's terribly designed. I hate it. I hate it so much, but I intend to show the entire chain at some point during Heavensward. I'm gonna need to get on top of that soon. Alright, that's all the pests dealt with. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how likely it is I'll be able to show the entire fate chain. Pearl Regina has me a little bit distressed. Thankfully, the first step spawns fairly regularly. I just gotta keep an eye out for the other steps. Probably need to get back in the hunt discords. That'll be the best way to keep an eye out for it. Alright, well, good news, Kenai. We have driven off the pest. The Gizzle Greens are safe. Are the vermin gone? Are the tasty greens are safe? This is good news. Yes, very good news. Hunters are always so thankful. At least we think so. Louis Sonnet once said, "Bugger me if that's not the best trick I ever saw." We don't quite understand. Bugs are bad for the tasty greens, yes? Why does he wish to be a bug? It's an expression. I don't think he's literally referring to bugs. Next up, too much to bear. The Vath Kenai seems relieved to see us. Ah, Great Hunter, the perfect fleshling for the task at hand. Since we began helping the hunters in Tailfeather, there has been much coming and going between our two settlements. Yes, much coming and going. But this draws unwanted attention from the forest. Wild animals are drawn to the road, attacking our brothers and the fleshlings. The road is no longer safe for traveling. There are 3 places where most attacks occur. I will mark them on your map. Yes, 3 places that must be checked. Please look carefully and slay any beasts you find. Alright, let's go deal with the beasts. Make it a little bit safer for people to travel. Main road through the Chocobo Forest, fair enough. But yeah, for all 3 of the Quarrel Regina steps, it'll have the weather Royal 11 to indicate that the fate is up. And the fate won't appear on your large-scale map, you actually have to go track it down. Thankfully, there's only like 3 locations, one here, I think one out around here, somewhere on the field, and then the last one is in, down in Morn, I think right around here. It's been a bit. I'm gonna do my best to track down those fates and get them done. Brown bear? Brown bear! Hello, brown bear! Apologies, but you are making the road a little bit too dangerous for us, so I just need you to leave. Alright, second spot here. Any beasts gonna attack us on the road here? Possibly you? Nothing, we're good, okay. Well, that is a relief. And finally, closest to Tailfeather. Another brown bear, hello! And goodbye. Apologies, but we can't have you harassing people. Alright then, back we go to the Vath Kenai. Alright, we are back. I am on the worst mount in the game. And we have completed the job. Great Hunter returns uninjured. We were right to hire fleshlings for this task. To be honest, we knew this task called for bear hunting, but they are so savage, towering high on their hind legs. They are much too dangerous. Yes, much too dangerous. We received this request a few days ago, but we waited. We knew waiting for fleshlings like you, Great Hunter, would be the best plan. We will try better in the future. Yes, next time we will try to be braver like you. I mean, I do understand that bears are pretty damn massive and y'all are still figuring this out. But progress is not unappreciated. Alright, I'll be back once I have maxed out my reputation and we can move on to the next tier. Alright, we are back and we are ready to rank up to the next reputation tier. Hello, Vath Deft Arm. What are we gonna do to expand the Adventurers Guild? Also, jump in resolution, kind of, still 1080p, but hopefully it looks a little bit better. I'm doing a test right now. If the test goes well, then in patch 3.3, we're going to be going in 1440p for the foreseeable future. I'm hoping we can go up in resolution. I'm very excited about the prospect. The Vath Deft Arm looks to be in high spirits. It seemed like it took days for the sun to set when I had no purpose. Now I barely notice until the braziers are lit. Our guild is so busy. Master is so generous to help us with our clients' tasks. After the guild was constructed, we did not know where to begin, but we watched you and we learned many things. We traded for cannons with rewards we reaped, for our colony's defense. Although they are not new, they should work well enough. But there is a problem. We have no fire sand to use them if they are needed. I sought to find sulfur to make our own stock, but the one mine has claimed all of the deposits for themselves, and they guard them fiercely, very fiercely. I asked Marsa Chomp where else I could procure fire sand. He spoke of a group of fleshlings who slay dragons for glory. Dragon slayers. They live far in the south, in the land the hunters call Kurthis. Do you know of them? He said these dragon slayers use cannons much like ours, but bigger. Much bigger. Bigger cannons must mean lots of fire sand, yes? Will you come with me to speak with them? Of course! Thank you. This will be a long journey for me. Very long. I must prepare. Let us meet at the edge of the forest. Alright, establishing new relations, this time with the Ishgardians. You got cannons? I haven't seen them yet. I imagine they're probably in storage until you have the actual fire sand you need to fire them. Alright then, off to the edge of the forest, just before the Kurthis Western Highlands entrance. And actually, yeah, let me take a... It is indeed far to the southeast. Huh. Fair enough. It's funny, the Calamity screwed things up so much that going further towards the pole in this area means it gets warmer. Alright, Deft Arm. Good to see you made it. Your preparations are complete? I am nervous, Master. I have never traveled beyond the borders of the hunter's camp. What awaits us in the south? Snow. Lots of snow. These whispers. The One Mind. Oh no! Alright, let's get rid of these fire drones from the One Mind. That is no good. Trying to stop us from leaving? Alright, you feeling okay? Forgive me, Master. Their voices, they frighten me. My head aches, they drown out my own thoughts. I lose the will to move. No, it is no excuse. All adventurers face many trials. This is my own to overcome. We must press on to Kurthis. Okay, so you're not fully disconnected from the One Mind then, it sounds like. Though, I suppose that's probably true for most of the Vath. What a beautiful land. Everything looks so clean, but my body shivers as if I had fallen in a river. To feel cold all of the time, what an unpleasant feeling. Yes, most unpleasant. Let us hurry and find the leader of these dragon slayers. Then we need to head to the Convictory. I will meet you over there. Hello, Gentilo! Oh, you're the asshole who is planning to thaw out some old corpses. Can we get some fire sand off of you? An apprentice? Well, well, so where is this aspiring adventurer? By the fury, an enormous armed crab! I knew this day would come. 'Tis my reckoning for the many nights I buttered and supped upon its kin. No matter, I have no regrets. No, Gentilo, this is not a giant enemy crab. That only exists in E3 trailers. What a strange greeting. I am the Vath Deft Arm, an adventurer who will perform any task you require. But I request fire sand as my reward. Ha! I must be dreaming. A talking crab and one requesting fire sand at that. You speak as if we have aught to spare. Yet if this is a waking dream, then I might as well entertain this crab's offer. Slay the lesser dragons which plague our camp at present, and fire sand you shall have. There's little glory for us in slaying such frail fiends, yet you, as a greenhorn, might find it a suitable challenge. But I have never killed a dragon before, even a small one. You said you would perform any task, did you not? I gave you my conditions. Go on, rid us of the dragon nuisance. How about a bundle of sapling branches for arrow shafts instead? Surely you are in need of quality arrows to take care of your foes yourself. We have no need for primitive sticks when we can procure the finest arrows from Ishgard. If you will not do as bade, then I have no use for you. What should I do? I cannot kill a dragon? I could not even face the One Mind. Perhaps I cannot be useful after all. That's not true. You're still learning. You have a lot to learn. Just because you haven't done it yet, doesn't mean you can't do it. I'll help you. but he asked an impossible task. How was one of my size able to rid his camp of an entire horde of... But of course, killing the dragons is beyond my skills, but driving them away is a Vath's specialty. Master, I have a plan. Could I ask you to prepare a fire outside of the camp? I will return once I have found the herbs I need. Herbs? For burning? I've heard tales of smoke screens used to keep dragons at bay, but never seen it done. I suppose you will need some firewood. Oh yay, invisible firewood, my favorite. Alright then. This will fulfill the conditions that were set, so... Very good thinking, Deft Arm. Our scouts have spotted a group of lesser dragons approaching from beyond the ridge. Now then, where is that apprentice of yours? I found them. Set these withered herbs ablaze, it will create a thick smoke that offends the senses of dragons nearby. They will have no choice but to retreat. This had better work. If I find you have wasted my time, I shall be most displeased. See for yourself. By the Fury, it does work! The little bastards flitted away with their tails between their legs. My apologies for doubting you, adventurer. We shall take as many herbs as you can offer. And you will receive due compensation, of course. Fire sand, was it? Yes, oh yes, it is my pleasure to serve. If you have other tasks for us, please send word to our guild in the west. You have a guild! Excellent, excellent. If it means the convictors will be spared their time to concentrate on the larger threats at hand, you can count on our patronage. Fantastic work, Deft Arm. I am glad I did not give up. Although it felt like slaying the dragons would be less work, my legs grew so cold in the snow. I feared they might freeze and snap. Let us return home. I must speak with the storyteller about our new clients. Okay, weird ADHD tangent. I was listening to a podcast the other day and learned something very interesting about insects. Specifically, desert ants. I got this from The Legs Might Snap for the Vath, who is insectoid, which jumped me to desert ants and their legs. So, apparently, we're just going to talk about this while we're flying back to the Vath storyteller. Because I think this is cool and I want to share this. So, in the desert, the sand shifts around a lot. So, ants normally leave pheromone trails to lead the rest of their colony around to whatever food source they may find, or whatever else they want to lead their ants around to. The desert sands are always shifting, so pheromones aren't going to work. That's going to get scattered very quickly. There's also no landmarks to make use of. So how do desert ants get around? How do they actually navigate the desert? Well, some scientists had this brilliant, honestly torturous idea to attach, I think it was like pig hairs? Like stiff pig hairs to the ant's legs as stilts, like grafted stilts onto the ant's legs. And they found that once they did this, the ants, now having a much longer stride, would greatly overshoot where they were traveling to. And from this, they were able to determine that desert ants navigate by counting their steps. Ants can count. After a few days, the ants were able to adjust their strides in order to fix their ability to navigate. So they were still taking the same number of steps, but they reduced how long their steps were so that they could actually get to where they're going in the correct number of steps, which is very, very fascinating. I love that. The Deft Arm, he has not returned to the colony yet. He was not with you. He actually went ahead. Where is he? I mean, I did fly ahead, so maybe he's just... Yeah, there he is. Just behind me. Forgive me my lateness, Master. I was unsure of the path. I mean, you are still new to adventuring, and that's your first time traveling so far out of the colony. So, perfectly natural for you to get a little bit lost. We have secured much fire sand for our cannons. Much fire sand. The colony's defense will be guaranteed as long as we maintain relations with the Dragon Slayers. How vast this world is, and I am hungry to see more of it. But for now, the guild needs tending. Our clients have many tasks for us. Until next time, Master. The Convictors are now clients of the Adventurers Guild, and the Vath need to get that chocobo off of the cannon. That is dangerous, young one. And we have reached Trusted Reputation. Alright, before we wrap up for the day, let's take a look at what loot we can get from the Vath. They sell black fire sand, brimstone, gissel greens, and all of these rewards that I learned about recently, and I'm so mad I didn't know earlier. And we can get the minion Wind Up Vath. As for exchange with the Black Copper Gill, which is their currency, we can get the Peace of Mind Orchestrion Roll. And it looks like that is it for now. I definitely want to save up to get some of these unidentifiable items. I still need 30 more of them, so I've got a ways to go, but making progress. Alright, we've got, where are you? Peace of Mind. And we've got Wind Up Vath. He seeks purpose, so he will follow you, everywhere. If you're trying to creep me out, it's not working. And taking a look at the minion guide. Oh, we have multiple in here apparently that I haven't looked at. The idea for this design came when a Vath observed an automaton following on the heels of a fleshling he encountered. So impressed with the Vath by the gadget's intricacy that he endeavored to create his own, after which he started calling himself Needleclaw. That's actually a pretty... Oh, right, I am actually on PC, so I don't need to use a virtual mouse. We are not of the One Mind, we are Vath, from the Nameless One. What's the new one over here? Did I really never take a look at the Gold Rush minecart? That doesn't make sense. Unbeknownst to their clients, retainers across Eorzea have been secretly using these automated minecarts to help haul about all the materials adventurers have them venture forth to collect. As of yet, however, no adventurer has reported seeing receiving a rush of gold. But I don't want to work in the silver mines from a gold saucer patron. Alright, and with that, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, I believe we're doing side quests in the Sea of Clouds? And then beyond that, next week we're going to be working on the raid series for this patch, and continuing to work on the Vath. I will see everyone next time for all that.